Guys, it's Austin with the Mana Base with Pauper Ponderings. I am back for another round of some sweet Pauper brews. This week we're going to be playing a deck that I got off of a Reddit thread. The name escapes me right now. I apologize. I will put you in the conclusion, but I do apologize. I am using this deck from somebody who submitted a deck list to me on Reddit. He kind of titled it "Witness Me." If you've seen, I guess, the 2015 movie Mad Max Fury Road, the War Boys used to kind of chant, or I guess screamo, "Witness me" right before they killed themselves to do some sort of act in the name of their leader. And this is kind of the same idea. So we got a bunch of creatures that sacrifice well, with a bunch of spells that want us to sacrifice creatures, and then some burn spells. So I thought it was very, very cool. I've played some games with it. It is very, very fun, and I'm excited about these games. So let's get right into the meat of the deck here in terms of our creatures. So we're playing 4 Mer Servitors, which is a 1-mana 1/1, and then on your upkeep, if he's in play, I get to return all other Mer Servitors from my graveyard to my hand. So again, kind of works in that sacrificing package. Then we have Perilous Mer. It's a 2-mana 1/1, and when it dies, I get to deal 2 damage to our creature or player. So again, perfect with our sacrificing cards. Then we have Mogg War Marshal. Again, just a guy that wants to get sacrificed. He makes a bunch of 1/1s, lots of 1/1s for us to sacrifice to our spells. And finally, we have Mudbutton Torch Runner. So this guy was, I read in the Reddit comments, they said maybe Keldon Marauders was better. But after playing a couple games with the Torch Runner, he's actually pretty efficient. A Lightning Bolt is a lot of damage, and a lot of the times you can pair up a lot of these spells and actually just burn them out from a fairly high life total. So in terms of the sacrificial effects, we have kind of the engine in 3 Altars Reaps. I've considered going up to 4 of this card. It seems very important when you're trying to fuel your deck. So I might make some changes before round 1, but 3 Altars Reaps currently. Then we play 2 Collateral Damage. Card from Fate Reforged, 1 red, sack a creature, deals 3 damage to our creature or player. And just combining it with Perilous Mer or Mogg War Marshal or Mudbutton Torch Runner, kind of you get 4 or 5 damage out of nowhere. It's pretty impressive. And then the older version, Reckless Abandon. This is a sorcery and it deals 4 damage to our creature or player. He has the 2/2 split. I haven't played enough games to kind of make my decision on which one I like better, but I'm sure after our games I can probably make a more, I guess, calculated decision on which one I think is better for the deck, because I do think you should probably have 4 of one of these, not 2 of each, because you've got to think that one of these is probably better. And then to round off the sacrifice effects, we have 2 Tendrils of Despair. I did not know this card existed. This card is sweet. 1 black, sacrifice a creature, and then target opponent discards 2 cards. In a format of grindy, card advantage, eke out any sort of advantage you can get, like that is Pauper, this effect is so sweet. I had a lot of times where I was, on turn 3, Perilous Mer into Tendrils of Despair, kill your guy, make you discard 2 cards, and it just turns the tide of a lot of games. Or, Mudbutton Torch Runner, deal 3 damage to our creature, discard 2 cards. This card is very, very, very much impressed me, and I thinking maybe we want more in the sideboard, or maybe more in the main deck. So now that we have the kind of, I guess, bulk of the deck, we go into kind of the, you'd say, burn package. So we have the 4 Bump in the Nights, 4 Tyrant's Choice, which is a pretty good card in from, looks like Vintage Masters, but it was printed in Conspiracy. That's the first time it was around. And it's essentially 1 in a black, 4 damage to your opponent. Then we have the 3 Brimstone Volleys. Works pretty well with our sacrifice theme. 3 mana for 5 damage is very, very powerful, especially in a format like Pauper. And then we have the playset of Blightning. Just a, very, very powerful card. And again, we're trying to limit our opponent's resources and then hopefully mop up, with a Mogg War Marshal and some burn spells. Mana base, very, very straightforward. Playing 20 lands, 4 Blackfell Caves, 2 Evolving Wilds. And then we're on 8 mountains, 6 swamps. So, pretty standard black-red mana base. And move to the sideboard here. So we have 2 Bone Splinters, again, against bigger green decks. We definitely want the hard removal, and our deck wants to sacrifice creatures. We have some Duresses. This is maybe the card I think can become Tendrils of Despair. But I do think there are matchups where you need to take silver bullets, and a card like this could be very, very beneficial. Then we have Electrickery, a card if I'm playing red and pauper, never like to leave home without. Very good against a lot of things like blue-red or blue Delver, any sort of aggressive goblin strategy, any sort of green stompy strategy. It's going to be very, very good. Then we have our Nile Spellbomb as our graveyard hate, any sort of Gurmag Angler shenanigans, any sort of Reanimator shenanigans. We want to be able to keep an eye on that. We have our Affinity Hate in our 3 Smash the Smithereens. Smash the Smithereens, very, very good in a deck like this. We're just looking to barely get over the line with burn spells, and Smash is going to do a good job of helping us do that. Then we have our Chainer's Edict. And just target player sacrifice a creature, good against Boggles. I've lost the Boggles once with this deck, and it seems like a bad matchup, so maybe we need more Chainer's Edicts in the sideboard. I'm not sure. I'm going to play some matches, let you guys watch, and we can make a decision after that. And then this is actually the only change I made from the list that he sent me. These were Stone Rains in the list that he sent me. I don't think the mana base is that bad, and the fact that Choking Sands gets to deal 2 damage to the land's controller if it was non-basic, I think is pretty good. These could be Molten Rains, but Choking Sands are like a lot cooler. And I randomly had Choking Sands, so I'm going to be playing Choking Sands. This would probably be Molten Rain, but yeah, what can you do? So yeah, this is our deck. I'm excited to play. And yeah, this is Austin. This is Pauper Ponderings. Check us out, themanabase.com. Every Thursday, I will be releasing new videos, new sweet Pauper brews. So make sure you tune in every Thursday, 11 a.m. on themanabase.com.